Chapter 349. That's the assassin Tianzhao. Some god-level powerhouses in the Hulu Divine Mountain were shocked. They had already discovered that a person was invisible, but it was none of their business, so they naturally didn't care. Now, the immortal killing Tianzhao has really been revealed, and their faces can be seen clearly, so they naturally recognize it. What? This person is the immortal killing Tianzhao, a 6-star emperor-level peerless Tianzhao. It is rumored that he attacked and killed several 5-star Tianzhao, and also assassinated a 6-star peerless Tianzhao who had just been promoted. How dare he come to Yinyu Xing? Why wouldn't he dare to come? He is a 6-star peerless Tianzhao, and since no one dares to make a move above the god level, the 6-star peerless Tianzhao is almost invincible in Yinyu Star. That's right, the 6-star peerless Tianzhao, the god level, dare not make a move, and the most powerful Tianzhao of Yinyu Star is only a 6-star Tianzhao, and it may not be able to beat the hell-killing Tianzhao. What is this Tianzhao here for? Could it be for the other party's emperor level? Could it be that he is also a Tianzhao? I remember who he is. It's the 10,000 Laws Heavenly Pride. Wanfa Tianzhao, that 3-star Tianzhao. How can he be the opponent of the assassin Tianzhao? He is so unlucky to be targeted by the assassin Tianzhao. Hee. You don't know yet? It is rumored that the 5-star Tianzhao Yan Demon Tianzhao died at the hands of this Wanfa Tianzhao, and now the hell-killing Tianzhao is coming to kill the Wanfa Tianzhao. Just think about it, Wanfa Tianzhao killed Yan Demon Tianzhao? Is it really false? If it is true, then the lowest strength of Wanfa Tianzhao is also a 5-star Tianzhao, but the 5-star Tianzhao is not the opponent of the mortal-killing Tianzhao. If Wanfa Tianzhao is hiding on the Hulu Divine Mountain, he won't dare to kill Tianzhao, but now that Wanfa Tianzhao has come out, I'm afraid it's going to be over. No one is optimistic about Yi Tian. After all, the record of killing Tianzhao is too terrible. Yi Tian's record is very few, and the only more dazzling record is the killing of Yan Demon Tianzhao, but this record is only in doubt, and it is not fully recognized. Therefore, Yi Tian really didn't look like a strong enough match for the Heavenly Pride. At this time, the assassin Tianzhao made a move. Blood Shadow Knife. A blood shadow flashed, and an incomparably fast knife slashed towards Yi Tian. This kind of knife speed is difficult to avoid even for a 5-star Tianzhao, but it is not a problem for Yi Tian at all. Even if Yi Tian didn't open the time talent, he could easily avoid the attack of the underworld killing Tianzhao, but he didn't dodge it. Instead, he used the ghost knife with the sunrise level knife in his hand. The perfection level ghost knife collided with the blood shadow knife of the underworld killing heavenly glory. Bang! After one move, the two were evenly matched. Yi Tian also took the opportunity to check the talent of the assassin Tianzhao. Human. Kill. Cultivation talent. No superior. Strength talent. God. Defense talent. God level. Speed talent. God level. Knife talent. Dawn level. Stealth talent. Top. Tracking talent. Top. Dark poison mist talent. God level. Shi-Ri level sword talent. Yes. I fused a Shi-Ri level sword talent before, and I still lack a Shi-Ri level sword talent to make my Shi-Ri level sword talent transform. Copy. Yi Tian instantly copied the Sun-level sword talent of the assassin Tianzhao. The hell kill was made, and Yi Tian no longer hesitated. He also shot. Space collapse. With a slight wave of Yi Tianzhao's hand, the area where the underworld killing Tianzhao was located collapsed, but the strength of the underworld killing Tianzhao was indeed very strong, and he rushed out without any injuries. Super God level void palm. Yi Tian slammed his palm, and the terrifying power spread. Super God level palm technique. Killing Tianzhao's expression changed, but he was not afraid. I saw him holding the blade in both hands, and slashed it over, and a cross-blood blade light collided with Yi Tian's Super God level void palm. This knife is also a Super God level sword skill. Woo-hoo woo-woo! Yi Tian fought with assassin Tianzhao, and neither of the two could help anyone. Suddenly, a black gas turned into a black bird and rushed towards Yi Tian. Although it was slashed by Yi Tian, a small part of the black gas fell on Yi Tian's arm, instantly annihilating a part of the flesh and blood. Fortunately, Yi Tian had the talent of life and healing, plus the talent of immortality, and he recovered quickly. But this black cheese surprised Yi Tian. Dark powers. Yi Tian confirmed. From the perspective of talent, Stygian killing Tianzhao has a god-level dark talent, Dark Poison Mist, but the god-level Dark Poison Mist is not very useful. Although it can increase Tianzhao's strength, it does not increase much, and it is difficult to cause the same damage to the same Tianzhao. And the attack just now really hurt Yu Tian. It was not something that a god-level talent could do, it could only be a supernatural power. Immortal killing Tianzhao has a sun-level sword talent, and he has practiced a super god-level sword skill, which can be superimposed with a strength talent, plus a dark supernatural power. His strength is not weak in the 6-star peerless Tianzhao. Yi Tian said darkly. Swish! Yi Tian escaped into the space and disappeared. Stealth? No, it's a retreat into space. Assassin Tianzhao's face changed. Suddenly, a knife slashed out of the space, and a silent ghost knife struck. Poof! A knife was cut out of Tianzhao's chest, but fortunately, he dodged in time, otherwise the injury would have been more than that. Above the sky, Yi Tian and the immortal killing Tianzhao fought for a long time, regardless of victory or defeat, and many emperor-level and god-level people below were stunned. Oh my god! Wanfa Tianzhao can fight with the hell-killing Tianzhao. Wanfa Tianzhao is a 6-star peerless Tianzhao. This is too deep. Now, I finally believe that Wanfa Tianzhao can kill Yan Demon Tianzhao. It is not difficult for a 6-star peerless Tianzhao to kill a 5-star Tianzhao. It seems that Yan Demon Tianzhao was really killed by Yi Tianzhao. It is more difficult for the 6-star peerless Tianzhao to kill the 6-star peerless Tianzhao. When the hell-killing Tianzhao was able to assassinate a 6-star peerless Tianzhao who had just been promoted, it was because the opponent's strength was relatively weak, and it was the weakest grade among the 6-star peerless Tianzhao, coupled with the talent of the hell-killing Tianzhao to restrain the other party, and the other party had no powerful means of saving his life. And Wanfa Tianzhao is a space talent, and there are many means to save his life, and he can't kill Wanfa Tianzhao at all. As these martial artists said, the underworld killing Tianzhao can't kill Yu Tian, and Yu Tian can't kill the underworld Tianzhao. After another confrontation, the assassin Tianzhao retreated far away and shouted, Wanfa Tianzhao, I give up assassinating you, shall we stop? If he can't kill Yu Tian, he naturally won't insist anymore. Moreover, he couldn't stay in Yinyu Star for too long, otherwise he would be in trouble. There are too many forces he has offended, and after those estimates got the news of him, it is estimated that they have jointly dispatched several peerless Tianzhao. In case those peerless Tianzhao bring some big killing weapons and trapped artifacts, they are really sure to leave him in Yinyu Star and completely bombard him. So, he had to go. Tell me, who asked you to kill me? Otherwise, it will be more difficult for you to leave with my spatial talent. Yi Tian said coldly. The immortal killing heavenly consciousness transmitted, Yan sect. After finishing speaking, the immortal killing Tianzhao flew away, and Yi Tian did not chase after him. Sure enough, it's Yan Zong. Yi Tian had already guessed in his heart, and now with the words of the assassin Tianzhao, it was naturally 100% certain that Yan sect had done it. He killed the only 5-star Tianzhao of Yanzong's generation. Yanzong must be crazy. If it weren't for Tianzhao being protected, the high-level people of Yanzong would not dare to do it, otherwise they would really send a true god to kill him. HMPH, Yanzong, I'll settle accounts with you in the future. Yi Tian snorted coldly. Swish! He returned to the gourd divine mountain and continued his cultivation. The news of the battle between Yi Tian and the immortal killing Tianzhao spread at an incredible speed, spreading to all continents of Yinyu Star, being known by countless forces, and even gradually spreading to all parts of the galaxy. All of a sudden, the fame of the 10,000 Laws' heavenly pride resounded throughout the galaxy. Chapter 350. Yanzong, the sect master of the Yan sect, immediately got the news of the failure of the assassination Tianzhao, and was immediately furious. Waste killing Tianzhao. I swore before that I would kill Wanfa Tianzhao 100%, but I couldn't even seriously injure Wanfa Tianzhao. The true god below said, Sect Master, Wanfa Tianzhao is a peerless Tianzhao. No one would have expected that. The immortal Tianzhao is only a 6-star Tianzhao, and naturally it can't kill Wanfa Tianzhao. So what now? The sect master of the Yan sect looked angrily at the many true gods below and asked. One of the true gods proposed, Sect Master, Wanfa Tianzhao is almost invincible at the Emperor level, and the Tianzhao we came to find is at most a 6-star peerless Tianzhao, and it can't kill Wanfa Tianzhao at all. It's better to wait for Wanfa Tianzhao to step into the god level, and then any true god can bombard him. The other true god continued, yes, Sect Master. It is not appropriate to make any more moves against Wanfa Tianzhao at this time. Otherwise, if Wanfa Tianzhao attacks the Emperor level of our Yan sect, then our Yan sect will lose face. Damn it! The Yan sect master was furious, and it took a long time to calm down. Anyway, the assassination of Wanfa Tianzhao is done, and the moment Wanfa Tianzhao steps into the god level, he will definitely die. At this time, many Tianzhao on Yinyu Star also got the news of Yu Tian's battle with immortal Tianzhao one by one. Many people did not believe it at first, and even questioned the source of this news, but after checking again and again, they had to believe it. Yin Yuxing gave birth to the second peerless Tianzhao, and was invincible against the immortal killing Tianzhao, completely stunned all the Tianzhao. Especially Lei Ming Tianzhao. When he learned that Yu Tian had become a peerless Tianzhao, while being jealous, he also put away his careful thoughts about dealing with Yu Tian. He is only a 3-star Tianzhao. Where can he dare to deal with a 6-star peerless Tianzhao? Isn't that looking for death? Qinfeng Giant City. Zilin God learned the news about Yi Tian from the report of his subordinates, and was immediately stunned. 10,000 laws and heavenly glory is a peerless heavenly pride. He always thought that Wanfa Tianzhao was only 3 stars, and this speed was already very fast. After all, it didn't take long for Wanfa Tianzhao to become Tianzhao, but in such a short period of time, Wanfa Tianzhao suddenly became a 6-star peerless Tianzhao, and the speed completely exceeded his imagination. Then he burst out laughing. The 10,000 laws heavenly pride is from the Qinfeng Giant City, which means that there is a peerless heavenly pride in the Qin Wind Giant City, and this is something that has never happened before. Ha ha ha! In this way, our Qinfeng Giant City will have a greater reputation among the many giant cities of Yinyu Star in the future, and the treatment and resource allocation enjoyed should also be more, said the Purple Wheel God with a smile. Yi Tian didn't know all kinds of talk from the outside world. He has been quietly cultivating in the gourd Divine Mountain, waiting for the birth of the space artifact. In the blink of an eye, another month and a half has passed. This day, a powerful spatial aura fluctuation appeared on the gourd Divine Mountain, permeating the entire gourd Divine Mountain. The space artifact dimensional cube is born. Yi Tian opened his eyes and guessed. Sure enough, not long after, a god-level guard came to Yi Tian's residence, Wanfa Tianzhao. The Lan Ruo weapon god has been trained into an artifact, please come over. Yi Tian got up, put away the small palace, and then walked towards the refining weapon temple of the gourd Divine Mountain. After a while, Yi Tian came to the refining weapon temple and saw the Lan Ruo weapon god again. At this time, the Lan Ruo artifact god was a little tired, which showed that refining the space artifact was not easy. 10,000 laws Tianzhao, the space artifact dimensional Rubik's Cube has been practiced. With a wave of his hand, a Rubik's Cube-like spatial artifact floated in the air, exuding strong spatial fluctuations. This space artifact is a low-grade artifact, but it is also the top among the low-grade artifacts. Lan Ruoqi God introduced. Yi Tian took the dimensional Rubik's Cube, put it away, and hugged his fists and said, "Thank you Lan Ruoqi God." "All right, let's go. I'm going to rest." Lan Ruoqi God waved his hand. Yi Tian nodded slightly, withdrew from the refining weapon Divine Temple, and then left the gourd Divine Mountain. Soon after, the Hulu Divine Mountain announced that it would be closed for 3 years, and the Blue Ruoqi God would not refine the artifact again within 3 years. Many warriors who were waiting to refine the artifact at the foot of the gourd God Mountain wanted to cry without tears. They waited for a long time, just hoping to invite the Blue Ruo God to refine the artifact, and now that the Blue Ruo God was sealed, they naturally had no chance at all. Qinfeng Giant City. Yi Tian came back, but there was also a lot of turmoil, and many big forces sent people to congratulate him and wanted to make friends with him, but Yi Tian didn't see any of them, and immediately entered a state of retreat. After a long time, no one came, and Yi Tian also made a quiet scene. Time flies, and in the blink of an eye, a year and a half has passed. Yi Tian had been in retreat for a year and a half, and he had never gone out a single step. This day, in the training room, Yu Tian is hitting an extremely important level, the 17th physical limit. At this time, he urged the nameless body to cultivate the secret technique with all his might, speeding up a lot of resources and treasures, and hitting the bottleneck of the 17th physical limit again and again. In the past, it was not difficult for him to break the physical limit, but now the 17th physical limit was not an ordinary physical limit. Even if he had a Hong-level cultivation talent and a nameless physical body cultivation secret technique, it was a little difficult. After about half an hour, there was a sudden click. Rumble. The bottleneck was broken, and a wave of power poured into the depths of Yu Tian's body, improving his physical strength. He has already broken the 17th physical limit. At this time, his physical strength increased by 3 times, and his speed and defense also increased greatly. A piece of resources was devoured by him and entered his body, replenishing the needs of his body, and a few days later, Yu Tian's realm was completely stabilized. I finally broke the 17th physical limit, but it doesn't seem that I have yet stepped into the 7-star peerless Tianjiao level. Yu Tian frowned slightly. I thought that if he broke the 17th physical limit, he would be able to step into the 7-star peerless Tianjiao, but now that he thinks about it, it is still too naive. Unless he has breakthroughs in other aspects, such as sword skills, palm skills, space talents, and time talents, it is difficult to step into the 7-star Tianjiao level. If the 7 stars were so easy to enter, the Milky Way would not have heard of the existence of the 7 stars heavens. Of course, there may also be 7-star Tianjiao in the galaxy, but they have basically entered the more powerful river system to break through, and those who remain in the galaxy are 6-star Tianjiao and more Tianjiao. Although he did not step into the 7-star peerless Tianjiao, Yu Tian's current strength was definitely the top among the 6-star Tianjiao. If the assassin Tianjiao attacked him again, he was 70% sure of killing the immortal killing Tianjiao. It's time to go back to Earth. Yu Tian suddenly sighed. It has been more than 4 years since he came to Yinyu Star. Although there is still a lot of time before the 5-year period, but judging from the current situation, if he wants to continue to improve his strength, less than a year is not enough at all. It is better to return to Earth in advance. Moreover, he was not very clear about the specific things about the birth of the metaverse, and the forces such as the Glory Pavilion were just a rough estimate, so it was naturally a wise decision to go back earlier. And, he really misses his wife and sister anymore. Go back. After Yu Tian decided, he began to purchase in Yunyuxing. This time when he goes back, he wants to buy some more treasures and resources in Yunyuxing, and any resource here is an important treasure in the Zhonghai superbase. And the Earth lacks resources, and there are countless resources here, so he naturally wants to buy more. 3 days later, Yu Tian bought a large amount of resources, and then left Yinyu Star. And when Yu Tian left Yinyu Star, many forces knew about it, but after Yu Tian left, he disguised himself, and after that, no one knew his whereabouts. He didn't want others to know where his destination was, otherwise it would attract a lot of strong people, and if it led to the exposure of the metaverse, he would really regret it. Chapter 351. After Yu Tian left Yinyu Star, he took the teleportation arrays of various planets and teleported away again and again. Taking the teleportation array does not track down his identity, but taking a spaceship requires the purchase of a ticket, which requires an ID card, so there is a possibility of revealing his identity. Therefore, he did not choose to travel through the galaxy in a spaceship. After teleportation again and again, Yu Tian finally came to the G26 planet of the Centaur galaxy. This is a transit station, and through the teleportation array of this planet and the coordinates of the teleportation array on the moon, he can return to the moon of the solar system. Yu Tian did not stay on the G26 planet, and directly shuttled back to the moon in the teleportation array. Moon. Yu Tian came out of the moon and looked at the Earth. Swish! Yu Tian teleporting directly from the moon to the outside of the Earth's film. I saw him swipe lightly, and the film was cut by him. His body flashed, and he entered the interior of the Earth. As soon as he entered the Earth, Yu Tian felt the extraordinariness of the Earth. The vitality is even stronger than before. Yu Tian estimated that the concentration of the Earth now was more than twice as strong as when he left before, which showed that the Earth had changed a lot during this time. After entering the Earth, Yu Tian also sensed the existence of Xiao Shui, which showed that Xiao Shui was very safe, and it could be seen that the Zhonghai superbase should be fine. After a while, Yi Tian returned to the Zhanghai superbase. Moon God Sect. The Moon Emperor was cultivating when suddenly a voice came. "Yuer, I'm back." When the Moon Emperor heard this familiar voice, his excited eyes immediately welled up with tears. "Husband." Emperor Yu hurriedly ended the retreat and walked out of the cultivation room. Then, he saw a person appear in his moon god temple. It was Yi Tian. "Yuer, I'm back." Yi Tian was ecstatic, and he hugged the Moon Emperor. "Husband, it's good for you to come back." The Moon Emperor hugged Yi Tian tightly, for fear that Yi Tian would disappear again. The two hugged tightly like this for a long time before letting go. Afterwards, the Moon Emperor sat on Yi Tian's lap, resting his head on Yi Tian's arms, and listened to Yi Tian tell about his various experiences in the galaxy. This went on for a small half a day. The Moon Emperor was shocked when he heard Yi Tianzhao's words such as Tianzhao, Peerless Tianzhao, God Level, True God, and Great God. The Earth is too weak compared to the Milky Way. And when the Moon Emperor heard that the solar system had become Yi Tian's territory, he immediately covered his mouth and was extremely excited. The solar system, such a large area, has become her husband's territory, and it is also equivalent to her own territory. Isn't the Earth its own? "Yuer, I'll give you a gift." Yi Tian took out a white fruit and handed it to the Moon Emperor. "Yuer, eat it," Yi Tian said. "Oh." The Moon Emperor listened to Yi Tian's words very much and ate the white fruit in one bite. It seems to be a very ordinary fruit, but it tastes a little strange. Without the Moon Emperor knowing, Yi Tian opened the talent of copying. Bestow the wilderness level cultivation talent. Yi Tian gave the desolate level cultivation talent that was previously stored in the copy talent to the Moon Emperor. This was a cultivation talent deprived from the Yan demon Tianzhao, and now that it was given to the Moon Emperor, then the Moon Emperor was equivalent to having the desolate level cultivation talent. When Yi Tian urged the replication talent and gave the Moon Emperor a desolate level cultivation talent, the Moon Emperor's own Shi-Ri level cultivation talent began to be covered by the desolate level cultivation talent. The metamorphosis begins. Rumble. A terrifying force poured into the Moon Emperor's soul, changing her cultivation talent. At this time, the Moon Emperor only thought that this was the effect of the white fruit, but he didn't know that the white fruit was just an ordinary spirit fruit, which Yi Tian used to cover up. Otherwise, if he directly told Emperor Yu that he had deprived a Tianzhao of his desolate cultivation talent and gave it to her, not only would the copying talent be exposed, but it would also cause huge waves. In order to hide this secret, he could only fool his wife with an ordinary spirit fruit, which was also for her good. Time passed little by little, and although the Moon Emperor was in pain, he gritted his teeth and endured it. After half an hour, the Moon Emperor collapsed from exhaustion, fell into Yi Tian's arms, and fell asleep. Half a day later, the Moon Emperor woke up. "Yuer, you're awake. You can practice and try." Yi Tian hurriedly said. "Cultivation? Okay." The Moon Emperor did so and began to absorb the vitality around him to refine his body. In this cultivation, a huge amount of vitality surged, and the body was frantically refined, and the cultivation speed was many times faster than before. "What's going on?" The Moon Emperor was shocked. Compared to the past, her cultivation speed is much faster now. This is obviously the effect of talent improvement. "Yuer, you are now a desolate level cultivation talent," Yi Tian explained. "Wilderness level cultivation talent?" The Moon Emperor had never heard of this talent level, and his face was confused. Immediately, Yi Tian explained in detail, "Yuer, you were previously a Shi-Ri level cultivation talent, and those with Shi-Sun level cultivation talent can only cultivate to the God level at the highest. Above the Shi-Ri level cultivation talent are no superior cultivation talents, and those without a superior cultivation talent can cultivate to the true God level. Above the non-level cultivation talent are desolate level cultivation talents, and those with desolate level cultivation talents can cultivate to the great God level. Above the Shi-Ri level cultivation talent is no superior, and above the no superior is the desolate level. I am now a desolate level cultivation talent?" The Moon Emperor was still a little stunned, and he was confused. It's like a poor man who suddenly gets hundreds of millions of dollars of property and is suddenly confused. After a long time, the Moon Emperor came back to his senses. "Husband, such a precious fruit, you gave it to me. The Moon Emperor was very moved. Fool, of course good things are for you to eat. Don't worry, my talent is not only ridiculous. You don't have to worry about my talent. In addition, you must keep the matter of this fruit secret, and never tell anyone, Yi Tian admonished. Uh-huh, the Moon Emperor nodded repeatedly. Then, Yi Tian took out a treasure and gave it to the Moon Emperor. These treasure resources were all purchased by him in Yunyu Star, and they were all very precious and rare treasures on the earth. The Moon Emperor was stunned by such a huge amount of resources, which were enough for her to consume for many years. Moon Emperor, this is a 6-star strange thing similar to the sword steel of the Heavenly Monument of Enlightenment, suitable for swordsmen who practice swordsmanship. You have a talent for swordsmanship. This steel will be given to you. Yi Tian took out the sword Dao stone tablet from the Void Mina realm and said, "Thank you, husband." The Moon Emperor kissed Yi Tian, his face full of joy. "Yuer, let's go back to Tianj together." Yi Tian took the Moon Emperor's hand and said, "Good." The Moon Emperor replied. When Yi Tian pulled the Moon Emperor back to the Heavenly Pavilion, it caused a huge sensation in the Heavenly Pavilion and the entire Zhanghai Superbase. Previously, Yi Tian announced a retreat and had not been out of the retreat for more than 4 years. The topic of whether Yi Tian is in the Zhanghai Superbase has been talked about for a long time, and some people even think that Yi Tian has fallen. But with the deterrence of the Moon Emperor, and the fact that the Heavenly Pavilion is not weak at all now, no one dares to make trouble. Now, Yi Tian has appeared, breaking all rumors. Heavenly Pavilion. Yi Yu was very excited when he saw Yi Tian. She was one of the few people who knew that Yi Tian had left the earth. She hadn't seen Yi Tian for more than 4 years, and now that she finally saw Yi Tian, she was very excited in her heart. "Xiao Yu, yes, you have become an emperor." Yi Tian praised. "Brother, I can work hard during the time you are gone, but my sister-in-law knows." Yi Yu said with his head held high. Obviously, she was also very proud of the progress of her cultivation. "Master, I have also become an emperor with little blood." A huge dragon head came out and stared at Yi Tian and said, "Little blood, you weren't discovered by the dragons, were you?" Yi Tian touched Xiao Shui's head and asked, "No, since you told me about the Battle Blood Dragon Clan, I used a secret technique in the inheritance to seal the Dragon Clan's aura fluctuations. Unless the Dragon Clan is within 100 meters of me, you can't sense my dragon breath." Xiao Shui said, "Yes, this is a gift for you." Yi Tian took out some treasures suitable for the growth of the fierce beast and threw them to Xiao Shui. "Wow, thank you, master." Xiao Shui packed these treasures in his own space bag, and immediately ran to his cultivation room happily, obviously to check the treasures. Seeing this scene, Yi Tian smiled. Although Yinyuxing is good, it is far less warm than home. Chapter 352. Heavenly Pavilion. After the little blood is gone, Yi Tian took out a lot of treasures and handed them to his sister Yi Yu. "Sister, here are some gifts I brought you." Suddenly, a bunch of treasures and resources were piled up in front of my sister, and my sister was dumbfounded when she saw these treasures. Most of these treasures are very precious treasures, and there are some strange things among them. It can be said that the resources accumulated by the entire Tianj over the years are far less than a positive 1%. "Brother, where did you get so many treasures?" Yi Yu was very curious. Immediately, Yi Tian briefly talked about his experience over the years, and after finishing speaking, Yi Yu understood. It turned out that his brother Yi Tian had gone to Yinyuxing all these years, and in Yinyuxing, these treasures were actually just ordinary resources. Immediately, Yi Yu put away these treasures and prepared to put them in the treasure house of the Heavenly Pavilion. In the next few days, Yi Tian chatted with his wife Moon Emperor and sister Yi Yu about many things, and also learned about the current state of the earth from the Moon Emperor. It turned out that after Yi Tian left, many things happened on the earth, among which strange things kept appearing, causing many emperors to fight each other. The native emperors of the earth have died and fallen a lot, and the emperors of foreign forces and the Dragon Clan have often fought each other, and even 7 or 8 star emperors have fallen. But the news about the metaverse has not been delivered. The Moon Emperor remembered Yi Tian's advice, so he never inquired about the metaverse. Yi Tian stayed in the Zhanghai Superbase for 7 or 8 days, and immediately prepared to inquire about the situation in the metaverse. And the one who knows more about the metaverse is naturally those foreign forces. Yi Tian is going to find an 8 or 9-star emperor level of the foreign forces to understand the situation. This day, Yi Tian tore the world barrier between the Earth Immortal Realm and the Earth, and entered the Earth Immortal Realm. If it was in Yinyu Star, it would be impossible to tear apart the space barrier between the small world and the main world in one day, but the world barrier of the Earth was relatively weak, so with his strength, he could naturally easily tear the world barrier and enter the Earth Immortal Realm. After entering the Earth Immortal Realm, Yi Tian quickly found the location of the headquarters of the Glory Pavilion. The headquarters of the Glory Pavilion is located in Glory City, which is a huge city built underground by the Glory Pavilion. There are many warriors in Glory City, as well as a large number of emperors, and there are even demigods in the headquarters of the Glory Pavilion. In addition, in the Glory Pavilion, a large number of formations, killing formations, and defensive formations were also arranged. It can be said that even the 9 stars would not dare to break into the headquarters of the Glory Pavilion without authorization, otherwise the head of the Glory Pavilion would be shocked and killed on the spot. Yi Tian, as a 6-star peerless Tianzhao, naturally would not be afraid of a weak Glory Pavilion, and he entered Glory City with his stealth talent. Soon one day, he found the location of an 8-star emperor. This 8-star emperor was located in a certain temple in Glory City, and he had been cultivating in the temple all the time, and rarely came out. This 8-star emperor level is the Si Chen Emperor of the Glory Pavilion, and he is one of the only 8-star emperor levels in the Glory Pavilion in the Earth Immortal Realm. In the temple, Emperor Si Chen was cultivating when he suddenly felt a danger coming. He felt someone approaching him, and he tensed up and stood up. "Who?" Emperor Si Chen shouted. Suddenly, a figure appeared in front of him. The person who suddenly appeared was naturally Yi Tian. Emperor Si Chen was very frightened. This temple was arranged with many formations, and ordinary people couldn't enter it at all. And Yi Tian not only came in, but also didn't touch his formation at all. This elusive method made him very frightened. Emperor Si Chen had only entered Earth in the last 2 years, and he had been staying on the planet where the Glory Pavilion was located before, dealing with things over there. Now that the metaverse is about to open, he has come from that planet. Because of this, he didn't know Yi Tian. "Who the hell are you? How did you get in?" asked Emperor Si Chen. "Just walked in like that." Yi Tian smiled slightly. In fact, Yi Tian used the means of escaping into the space. He escaped into the space, and then entered the space where the temple was located. Because of this, Yi Tiankai did not touch the formation of the temple and quietly entered the interior of the temple. Emperor Si Chen felt that Yi Tian was very dangerous, so he didn't make a move, but said, "Please go out. I'm here to find out a little bit about you," Yi Tian said. At this time, Emperor Si Chen clearly felt a threat. The next moment, a spatial fluctuation froze this space. "I can't move." Emperor Si Chen was very frightened. Obviously, the opponent's strength far surpassed him, otherwise the opponent would not have been able to imprison him with his spatial talent alone. This kind of strength even far surpasses the ordinary 9-star Emperor level. The first grade 9-star Emperor level, or Emperor Si Chen didn't dare to think about it. Surpassing the first grade 9-star Emperor level, that was the strength of the Tianzhao level. He felt that there could be no Tianzhao on Earth, and Tianzhao was a terrifying genius in the entire galaxy. Hypnosis. Yi Tian opened the hypnosis talent and hypnotized Emperor Si Chen. He was too lazy to talk nonsense with Emperor Si Chen, and wanted to use hypnosis to ask some secrets directly from Emperor Si Chen's mouth. "When will the metaverse open?" Yi Tian asked directly. Emperor Si Chen replied, "According to our calculations, the metaverse will open in about 5 months. What's going on over there with the Dragon Balls? Do they know the secrets of the metaverse?" Yi Tian asked again. Emperor Si Chen said, "The Dragon Clan also knows the secrets of the metaverse. They have captured one of our 8-star Emperor level before, and from the mouth of that 8-star Emperor level, they interrogated the situation of the metaverse. Because of this, a great battle started between our major forces and the dragons, and both sides suffered heavy losses, and finally allowed the dragons to intervene in the metaverse." "The dragons actually know?" Yi Tian frowned slightly. If the dragons didn't know, he would just have to deal with the outside forces. But now that the Dragon Clan also knows about the metaverse, then things are a little troublesome. What he was worried about was that the Dragon Clan had told the upper echelons of the secrets of the metaverse, and if that was the case, the Dragon Clans Tianzhao and Peerless Tianzhao would also enter the earth, and the competition would be fierce at that time. But this possibility should be very small. After all, dragons and humans should be similar. Both are selfish. There are so many places, and it is impossible for a metaverse that has overdrawn its potential to allow too many people to enter the metaverse, so it is impossible for these dragon clans to inform the secret to the higher levels, otherwise the metaverse may not have their share at that time. Where the hell is the metaverse? If Yi Tian looked for it himself, he would actually be able to find the metaverse, but the Earth was too big, and it would be delayed for a long time if he searched for it alone. Therefore, it is enough to ask Emperor Si Chen directly, which is more convenient, and there is no need to find the location of the metaverse at all. Emperor Si Chen, who was under hypnosis, naturally answered honestly. The metaverse is inside Kunlun Mountain, and there is a node where you enter the metaverse, but it was jointly sealed by us. Emperor Si Chen said, "It's actually in Kunlun Mountain?" Yi Tian was a little surprised, because Kunlun Mountain is a very famous mountain range in China, but he didn't expect the metaverse to be in Kunlun Mountain. Then Yi Tian asked Emperor Si Chen some more words, and after understanding some basic information, he killed Emperor Si Chen with one sword. Emperor Si Chen couldn't stay, otherwise, he would be easily exposed. Hypnosis only controls others, and cannot modify other people's memories. Once the hypnosis is over, Emperor Si Chen will definitely remember his arrival, and it will be troublesome when the time comes. So Yi Tian simply killed Emperor Si Chen. Anyway, for the Earthlings, these foreign forces are actually intruders, and if they are killed, they will be killed, so it's not a big deal.